Alrighty, hey everybody, it's your boy GINGE5IFY, and welcome to your favorite D-tier channel. We're back with another glitch video today featuring Aragami on the Xbox One, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. So to kick things off, we're right at the beginning of Chapter 4, and the first thing you'll want to do is come to this bush and use your Shadow Leap on the rocks behind it. If successful, you should be behind the bush and standing on a rock. Now, you'll want to continue to use your Shadow Leap to climb this rock face. And once you're at the top, angle your aiming reticle on the left side of this rock. If done correctly, you should now be out of bounds, but we're not done yet. As soon as you're up on this patch of grass, if we turn to the right, we can Shadow Leap on top of this rock and head towards those red arches in the distance. One more Shadow Leap and we're free to roam around. I do some exploring here, so I'll meet you all back at the next glitch. Here's a minor glitch in Chapter 5. For some reason, when I Shadow Leap through this lattice, it warped me to the top of the roof instead. Weird. Moving on to Chapter 6. If we immediately sprint all the way down the courtyard and to this doorway, for some reason the door won't load in and we're once again free to explore. We can go to a few places, such as on top of this plaza, an empty mausoleum courtyard, the right side of the mausoleum, and also the left side. The left side even has some camps that we never see during normal gameplay, and that's pretty cool. We can continue further out of bounds if we fall into what seems to lead to certain death. However, there's actually a large plane of grass underneath that we can continue to walk on. For the last glitch in Chapter 6, I was able to do an aerial kill through a roof. I think this happens because the kill action takes priority over collision, but I can't be sure. Next we move on to Chapter 7, and right at the very beginning, if we turn to the left, there's a stump we can use to glitch out of bounds. The angle is really finicky, but if you get your reticle to appear on the left side of this bush, you'll be pushed out of bounds and you'll be free to explore. This glitch isn't as expansive as some of the others you'll see in this video, but it's still cool nonetheless. We're still in Chapter 7 here, and in the first section of enemies, if you come to this watchtower and head to the rock behind it, we're once again able to slip past the boundaries. We want to create a shadow on the top of this rock, and then do a shadow leap to get slightly on top of it. Afterwards, you'll want to shadow leap again in between the bush and the rock. Do another shadow leap over this pile of logs, and once more over this stump, and we are able to explore some campsites we only ever get to see bits and pieces of. Skipping a few chapters, we end up in chapter 10. From the start, we need to head all the way to the left. Eventually, we will stumble across a plaza with a gated walkway. We need to angle our shadow leap between this bush and the wall beside it, and if done correctly, we will be on the inside of this building. Once inside, we can actually explore a couple more levels inside this building. Performing a shadow leap above you will bring you to a room that has a floor. Alternatively, if you're outside and do a shadow leap on this section of roof, you'll clip into a more detailed version of the same room you were just in. Near the beginning of chapter 11, if we make our way to this area on top of this walkway, we will stumble across some crates that are just laying around. If we fall off beside them, we can get on top of this rock below us and shadow leap underneath the walkway and out of bounds. We have to do one more shadow leap on this bush here, but after that, we're home free. Once here, we can actually walk on some terrain that clips below the map. Still in chapter 11, we're nearing the base of the pagoda you're supposed to infiltrate. Instead, if you come to this log, we can use it to get out of bounds and explore the nearby cliffs. To do so, you'll want to shadow leap onto the log. When you've reached the top, perform another shadow leap on the chopped side of the log. Next, you'll want to shadow leap across to the cliffs on your left. If done correctly, you'll be free to explore once again. We could check out this small mountain, but if we continue towards the pagoda, we can see a beautiful view of the level below. There's also a building in rubble nearby. It is solid, but it's nothing outrageous. Moving on to chapter 12, I encountered a glitch that allowed me to walk on water. I approached this water channel, and I did a shadow leap on the bars at the end. Immediately before I fell into the water, I paused the game for about 5 whole minutes. When I finally resumed gameplay, I somehow cheated death and I was able to walk on the water. I have no idea if pausing actually had an effect, as I haven't been able to recreate this since. Now we are in the final level of the game. Avoid the boss and make your way to the fox statue in the center of the room. From the left side of the statue, shadow leap up onto the back, and then again on the underside of this tail. Continue scaling the tails of the statue, and you'll be able to shadow leap onto the edge of the wall. We're really limited to what we can explore out here, but there's some terrain clipping out of the map that we can check out. We can see some terrain flickering in the background. And there's even a spot where we can actually walk on air. Now that's really all for the cool stuff, but here are a few more minor glitches I encountered during my playthrough. Firstly, after telling this man what's what, My camera decided to rotate extremely fast for no reason. Next, I managed to clip inside a rock, which gave me quite an interesting view of my surroundings. I also managed to find myself in a sticky situation where I killed one guy no problem, and then the other guy I managed to kill without even attacking him? I don't know. And for the final glitch this episode, we have another interesting rendering glitch I encountered.